could have collected twice! Will you look at that? I only did that for you, of course. Oh boy! I have fixed it! Look at that! We are back on my screen. What a hassle. Perfect. But that was just weird. I'm going to pull up Photoshop in just a moment. I haven't set it up right now because of the little hiccup we had right now. But it should be fine, right? So I don't know what exactly happened because at first I figured it's my remote that is acting up again for whatever reason. I don't know. And turns out it was my complete Wacom driver for some reason. And if you open up like the Wacom Center, it just told me, hey, click OK to reboot the driver. I did that. It didn't work. Okay. So I figured something else must have been off. I also checked my cables because I have like, you know, my Wacom can be like put up and down to a different angle, and the cables are pretty tight, so sometimes if I'm not careful and pull it up too far, it sometimes happens that the cable gets loose or something like that. So that's one thing I checked. I also checked the cables at the back because you never know, right? You never know. But that wasn't it. So I decided to restart my computer, did that, and when I started the computer, it immediately told me, hey, there is an issue with your Wacom driver. And I was like, yeah, cool. I already know that, thank you very much. But the thing is, it suddenly showed me an update for my driver. Because it also still didn't work, right? So that's a different issue I was having. So I decided to, you know, do the update. Then after the update it still didn't work, so I restarted my computer once again. And now finally it works. I did have to reconnect my remote again to my Wacom, but it's fine. It's fine. We're there now. It's fixed. No need to panic. Oshman, hello and welcome to the stream. You just missed out on me having to restart the whole stream because I don't know, the driver was being so weird. I'm watching Bleach Final Arc Part 2. Ooh, nice. Hi, Space Buns! Welcome to the stream! And thank you for joining the Discord yesterday. I could only read your name after I stopped streaming because while I'm streaming all the names are just like the first capital, I think. So yeah. And now we can continue with the shading grind where we left off yesterday. I know a lot of things that happen because I read the manga, but the anime has a lot of changes that the creator wanted to add. Is that so? I had no idea. Hi Scott! Welcome to the stream! I was a little scared that my technical hiccup would cause everybody to just leave and don't come back, but I guess it was alright. Also, new waifu acquired. Oh, which one? How are you getting on? It's going alright. Today was very, very busy. I had like my mentor session in the morning where I got a bunch of feedback, which I'm not going to apply on stream because I want to do it while I have time and can really go through the video as well. So I don't miss out on any stuff he said to me. But because of that, I also had to do a lot of other stuff which wasn't drawing. And yeah, Bambietta Besterbein. She can explode me anytime she wants. Whoa, okay. let me see, let me see.
Cookie_mine, you just collected second.
Oh. She looks cool. And hello, Cookie! So yeah, what I was saying is, because I was so busy in the morning, I couldn't, like, Congrats on third!
Sean_man2 just collected third.
You could collect it twice? Have fun lurking. So yeah, again, because I was very, very busy during the morning, I wasn't able to turn on my computer and just... No! Oh, the technical issues continue. I can't. I can't. That's just... I can't. No. So yeah. On that note, when I started up my computer right before stream because of various reasons, firstly, I was really like trying to get as much done as I could in the morning. So usually it's totally fine if I have like, I just have to set up my shortcuts while talking. So if I make some pauses, I'm sorry. So usually I have like, I don't know, 15 minutes of preparation time for the stream, which is usually more than enough. Because, you know, I just... And it's not flipping my image. Why aren't you flipping my image? Because usually I just pull up all the programs, you know, and it should be more than fine. I even have some spare time where I can just go and get some water and stuff. And today... Yes, you are right. We lost our mic. Thank you, Scott. Thank you so much for pointing that out because I was just talking. Thank you, thank you. You guys are the best. Let me just get this one done before I just do something silly again. Does it work now? Yes, now it flips again. Anyway, you were saying, yes, when I booted, I don't know what you guys heard, but like, long story short, I have 15 minutes of preparation time. Usually everything works fine. And when I booted up Photoshop, like 5 minutes or a little more before that, I noticed when I wanted to zoom that nothing worked. I couldn't zoom, I couldn't do anything. My mouse cursor was also like on different... Every time I tried to use my pen, my mouse was on my main screen while I was drawing on my tablet, which was completely silly, and I wanted to switch the screen, which is a shortcut on my remote here. This is, by the way, how it looks. You can see display toggle would usually press the button. I could just switch between all the screens if I want to. And it didn't work. Nothing worked. None of my Wacom stuff worked. The display was on, I could see it. I can also see that the pen was like interacting whenever I tried to move it, but on a different screen. Which was super, super odd to me, because usually that shouldn't happen. So I figured, okay, maybe it's my my remote again. Because you know how it is. I already had trouble with the remote, so I figured it's probably going to be the same issue than last time. So I tried to get up, open my remote, I even turned on the stream because I figured, you know, I can just talk to you guys while fixing this because it shouldn't take this much time because I know how to fix it. But alas, I didn't know. Because it was like, I don't know, I rebooted the remote and nothing still worked, right? It was the same as before, nothing was reacting, and that was kind of bumming me out. I tried to open the Wacom Center and it just said, hey, your driver isn't working. My whole driver. So it was my display that wasn't working and my Wacom in general, which was kind of crazy. So the next thing I changed was basically to see if I have like, I don't know, a loose cable. Because, you know, I have one of those tablets where you can just, oh gosh, now I have to think where did I put Shift and Alt, because those are muscle memory things. This should be Shift. This should be Alt, right? Alt left. Okay. So yeah. Anyways, I checked my cables because, like I said, my Wacom can move in different angles so that I feel... Yes, okay, that feels good again. We have my shortcuts back. Hooray! I've been moving super tired between yesterday afternoon and this morning. I slept for 15 hours. Oh boy! I'm so sorry to hear that, Scott. I hope you're feeling better now. 15 hours is a lot. Oh boy. So yeah, I continue to check all my cables because sometimes they can get loose, which is super annoying, but it's not like, I don't know, something that happens often because I have cable management, you know, and it's not enough space there sometimes that the cables can move properly, so they get a little bit too loose. But that wasn't it as well. So usually I didn't want to like reboot the stream because it just feels silly to close the stream and reboot it back up. But I decided to just restart my computer because, you know, turning the display on and off also didn't work, so I figured it's probably some software issue, not a hardware issue. So yeah. So I did that, turned off my computer, you know, usual procedure, turned it off, turned it on again, and it still didn't work. And I was sitting here like, no, come on, please don't tell me that my tablet is completely dying on me, because that would like be one of the worst case scenarios right now. Because I couldn't afford to buy a whole new tablet like this. So me panicking a little bit, I turned it on, it still didn't work, I tried a bunch of stuff, and then suddenly there was a notification where it said, hey, there's an update available for your Wacom, do you want it? And and I'm like the Rock meme where he's raising the eyebrow and goes to the camera. So, update? Did you just say an update? Hold on a moment. And of course, I immediately decided to update my driver, because if issues like this occurred, oh gosh, occurred, then it's most likely something software related. And lo and behold, I did the update, it didn't work again, so I just restarted because, you know, updates often only work after you restart your computer. And then it finally worked. The only issue was because I rebooted my remote, I had to reconnect it again to my computer, and because I rebooted it and set it to the default, my shortcuts were gone. Which is why I had to right now redo the shortcuts again. But it's okay. Mostly I use the default shortcuts, I just have to tweak I think it's 4 buttons I have to tweak slightly, which is one button where you can go into precision mode, which I never use because I zoom in anyway. I changed that to just flip canvas because that's something I use often, and then wait, yeah, they funny sometimes. Drawing with a mouse on stream, yeah, sure. I have 4 quotation marks. Why are you saying 4 with quotation marks? It's a Jin reference. Get it? What? No, sadly no. I'm sorry. Tech problems can be super stressful. I hope it's sorted for you now. I hope so too, because, like I said, the shortcuts I have to change aren't that much. It's flip canvas, then I have to change the redo shortcut and the redo and undo because the default Wacom has an American keyboard setting and American and the one we use here. There are some letters switched, so basically my Y and Z button are reversed, so I have to reverse it as well. So that's one issue. And then I just like to have my Shift and Alt on different buttons because they are, on default, they are on buttons where I don't know, I just don't use them as much because of the way my remote is positioned, so it's just for easier access. General League, if you know the jar. I think I do, but I never played him. Yeah, I know. I never played him, and I think I've never played against him because, like I said, I don't play League that often. It's like one in a blood moon or once a year. I play League as much as I shower. That should say enough, right? I played League once to flirt with someone and that's it. That's also one idea. I played League not regularly at all. It's like maybe once every couple of years I get like a phase where I play a little bit more League. But none of my friends play it, so that's one reason why I don't play it, and it's just... I don't know. It's super stressful, which is probably why I am not playing it. Basically, his passive is after 4 bullets, he reloads his ult shots... Ult shoots? Out 4 bullets. Oh. Oh! Okay, his ult shoots out 4 bullets and other stuff like that. So 4 is his favorite number. Oh, I see, I see. I played World of Warcraft for years, and I was into Heroes of the Storm for a while, but I really don't play online games these days. I did my time in WoW. Yeah, same for me with Final Fantasy. It's also... I don't know, for me it got super scary to see some of my old Final Fantasy friends who are still like super stuck in Final Fantasy and they have no other life like Final Fantasy, and it's just... I don't know, it's so sad. It's not that it's a great hobby. If they love it, that's fine, but for me it's just I cannot talk to them the way I used to. Because since I used to play Final Fantasy as well in like a huge amount of in an unhealthy amount, I would say even, we had a lot to talk about because I was in the game. I knew what was happening. I knew what was going on. I knew all the bosses. I knew all the raids. I knew all the mechanics. And I was also always like, people called me senpai because I was able to play every class, and if people had questions, I was always like their go-to person. Um, so yeah. Yeah, so you're saying you had to change like 4 buttons was funny to me. Alright, Tia fell off. It's over. Tia fell off? What? It's over. I fell off. What? What? I am confused. What do you mean I fell off? Fell off from Final Fantasy. Oh. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, but it's just I don't have anything to talk to them anymore, which is kind of sad. It's a phrase means you're out of touch with the game. Okay. It's true though. Yeah, I did. Honestly, I would still actually love to play, but sometimes you just have to decide what you're focusing on, and I just know if I would, even if I would try to play casual, I wouldn't play it casual. For me, Final Fantasy was like my anti-depression thing. It was always the thing I played whenever I didn't feel well, and I just liked the game way too much. So if I play it, I just know that I would go back into like my old super hardcore I do every content the second it comes out mentality, because I could miss out on some stuff, and FOMO, and yay. And the only reason I fell off was basically because I played all the content there was to it, and I just didn't feel like, I don't know, grinding through other stuff at the moment, so I played some other games, and I just my raid group back then also decided to just stop raiding because, I don't know, the raid lead was kind of being a jerk to someone, and then they fought with each other, and you know how it sometimes goes. And it was just for me the perfect way to say, okay, if everybody is leaving, then I'm leaving as well. I do get the hyper focus though. That's me with TTRPGs, though I hope my relationship with that is healthy. It's definitely much more creative. Yeah, the thing is with TTRPGs, you don't have like this constant pressure of, hey, there is a new dungeon or a new gear or whatever. You can make your own schedule, right? You can say, oh hey, I'm doing like, I don't know, this many sessions this week because that's all I can do. If it's not possible, then yeah, you know how it is, right? You are your own master, and you're not in this constant hamster wheel, which of course every online game tries to create for their players, where there is always new content and more content and better content and let's go. And that's the issue I'm having with Final Fantasy. It's just like the updates were in such an, I don't know, stupid fast pace sometimes that it felt like if you just missed out one day or one week, you're already behind and you're not going to be able to finish everything before the next update is out, and that's just unhealthy. No, I actually don't get it. I've never played an actual MMO. I've been an free FPS player my entire life. FPS? What's FPS? Plus gacha since like 2021. The only MMO I've ever experienced is like Roblox. I think it exists to a certain degree, but yeah, like the release schedule for TTRPGs can be pretty intense, especially in the indie side of things. I'm mostly up to date with Pathfinder, but it's like a new book every month because Maizo are insane. Okay. Oh, first person shoot. I'm sorry, I was like, my mind was blanking out there. I think none of my friends who play shooters call them FPS. First person shooter. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I think for me it's just like most of my friends just say shooter and not first person shooter because they're not like that specifying and stuff, so nobody I know says FPS. And all the people or most of the people I know that are like English native speakers, they don't play any first person shooters at all, so and I don't talk about FPSs. The only FPS I know is like frames per second. So that was why I was like a little bit confused there. Yeah, but MMOs are dangerous because of like many things. There is the social aspect that is very important in MMOs because you have like the guilds and stuff, and depending on how your guild is and how your playstyle is, it can be a lot more competitive for others. And it's just I don't know, it's just a very dangerous like genre where you can easily get addicted to and just become an outcast and I don't know, lose your way almost. Hi Desi! Yes, I play with the speed of my frames. Awesome. Only time I would play a first person shooter is if it's a story game or Bethesda game like Skyrim Fallout or Oblivion. Yeah, same. For me it's like Cyberpunk is one of the first person shooters I'm playing. Even though I could go like a katana route, but it's just more fun to play with guns there. But I'm also like no real shooter player. Though I did play like Back for Blood with my boyfriend as well. And I want to get into Hunt Showdown if I can, because that's like his favorite game, but it's also super scary because I know that this is like a very precise shooter, and since I'm not used to shooters, I don't know. He's a very advanced player. He's like 5 or 6 stars depending on how often he plays. And I don't know what just happened with my... What the hell? I think my remote is just dead, honestly. Because it just stopped working, and my mouse is on a different screen again. I mean, I had that thing for 5-ish years, I think. Where's my Wacom center? Yep, it's not even there. Does it need a new battery? It's plugged in. That's the thing. But now my question is are my shortcuts gone again? Yes, of course they are gone again. Oh yeah, then it's probably just fucked. Yeah. Because we already had the problem yesterday that it just... I don't know, did stupid stuff. I'm just checking also my Bluetooth sticks I have because maybe one of them is like acting all weird. But it doesn't seem like it. Which one is this one? I think that's my keyboard. Yes, today is like a day with technical issues. I'm so sorry about that, guys. No, that's my... I think my keyboard. Yes. So that's not the issue. So that it's this one up here. Too bad. That's just, I don't know. I really don't want it to be broken. That sucks. I'm probably just... Okay, I was afraid for a moment that it doesn't work with the zoom as well. I'm probably going to take my time after stream to see what I can do. Fix it. Because if it's unfixable, then I have to buy myself a new one, but I'm probably going to buy a different one. Okay. Let me just, once again, do the same thing we did before. I just hope that's it and there are not going to be any more hiccups today. Because maybe, as you can tell, I'm getting a little bit frustrated with the whole situation because that's just absolutely no fun. And also, sadly, do have to admit I'm really bad at, like, hiding frustration and stuff. That's the right one. Okay. I mean, at least I have changed the stuff so much lately that I always know what I need to do. So it's rather quick to change everything, but it's still a hassle. Is it just for your macros? Yes and no. It's, as you can see, it's for zooming as well. This is like a touch ring, which is so convenient to zoom in and out. I don't have to use the mouse and the Alt key to zoom or like the silly tool on the side. Because of my setup, it's just more convenient. I do have like a little touchpad as a mouse, but it doesn't have like a scrolling wheel. But yeah. Because there are many different like remotes out there. There are even like very cool looking ones where you have like, I don't know, they almost look like a video game controller just in a box form. And I was also like thinking about maybe getting one of those. But yeah, nothing I can do about it at this very moment, sadly. I also tested the stuff yesterday after stream and after rebooting my computer, and it was fine. So I'm not sure if it's just because of the update or because of, I don't know, because I didn't draw long enough, I guess. But I'm not sure. Fair Eye, I was gonna suggest those little macro bar things you can get, but I don't think many of them have a zoom function. Yeah. I got the remote for the zoom function in general. Because for me it was just very bothersome to have like, I don't know, for my setup I didn't want to use the mouse at all if possible. Because it would just be inconvenient for me. So that's why I decided to get it, because it was just is a good word. It was 100 bucks. And it was way cheaper than getting like the super expensive upgraded Wacom where I have multi-touch as well. Which would be cool one day, but not even like my teachers use it, because it's just so much more expensive, and it's... Beside of multi-touch and being like a 4K, 8K screen, whatever, it's basically the same than the one I have, and it's just not worth the price at the moment. So that's one reason why I decided against it. You could look into a loop deck. They do have the scroll wheels and aren't battery powered. Oh damn, that looks fancy. Oh gosh, which one was I looking at? I forgot the name of the exact, like, firm. Was it Toolbox? Could be. Because since on the weekend my Wacom was already like acting up, I was already like looking at stuff like this. And where's the second one? Oh, that's from the expanding. Yeah, okay. But I do need to take a look around a little bit more and also look at some, you know, comparison videos and stuff, because I always try, usually I love to try out those stuffs like in person, like in a, you know, like a shop where I can just paint and just look at the product myself. But I do have to say, with all like online ordering stuff, and in Austria, it's almost impossible to find a shop where people are like specialized in this kind of thing. I do need to drive to Vienna, and there's like a Wacom shop that is just for Wacom, so they're definitely not going to recommend me something else. At least I don't think they would. So yeah. They are expensive but have a lot of more functionality. Isn't that a streaming deck? And it's super expensive, holy moly. I've been meaning to get one for my own work. Yeah, that's the same thing here. Specialty shops are few and far between, yep. I mean, to be honest, I want to get better at drawing, right? And I would love to have like... I would love to set up a shop where people essentially can go to just like look at products like Wacom or whatever stuff. But I would also like love to do like drawing, painting workshops for digital art. So basically people come to me to learn, and they can also buy the stuff, since I am in general a tech nerd, right? Which would be super, super cool. But I have to get over my imposter syndrome. Because I want, like, the community of digital art and stuff to get bigger, and it would be cool to have, like, a spot where it's more like a mixture out of a shop and a community where people also can, like, I don't know, play D&D or, like, huge werewolf sessions just for fun, you know? Regular one is €200, and yeah, they're just macro bars and can be used for a wide variety of tasks. I'm hoping to open an AV club in the community center to kind of meet that need. What does AV stand for? And also the only thing I have an issue with the loop deck is it doesn't really look ergonomical. Because as an artist, or at least I have my hand constantly on my remote and I would love to... Audio, video, oh okay, gotcha. And I have my hand constantly on like the buttons. And that's why I think the other one would also be like very cool. Because one of my teachers even has like a razor shortcut thing, I think razor, macro, whatever. I don't know how it's called. Yeah, he has one of those things, which I was also like considering getting maybe. Because you can also like zoom in, you know? And I think that would also be really, really cool. But that's my issue, right? I want to try different stuffs. I tried the Wacom Remote just for the beginning because it was recommended to me because it just works well with like a Wacom tablet. But I'm not digging it. I had problems with it from the get-go and it is very useful, don't get me wrong. It does its purpose and stuff, but it's just, I don't know, it's just not as fun. And I do have to say, this one I just showed you, I could use it for Blender as well if I wanted to, you know? Blender, ZBrush, whatever, which I can't really do with like the Wacom one, because it's just not as fun to use. So I would love to get some multi-tool out of it, basically. Also, I think this could also be like a soundboard, because I think you can switch between modes, and if I just, I don't know, play sounds on it and just, you know, so I could use it for streaming as well. And there's also one in white! Sorry. Me being like, my computer is white, I want a white one, give me the white one. I want to get the room set up to show movies, play music at high quality, but also be an advice space for tech. Maybe have some graphic tablets people can borrow out to do digital art. Hey, that's amazing! That's also what I would love to do. Because for one, you could totally like just, you know, take your old stuff and use it for that. Because if you buy something new, you often like, you know, how it is. You put it aside somewhere and it just collects dust. And this way it would have also be like a better use, and you wouldn't need to be afraid that people might ruin it, because I know people sometimes are jerks if it gets to other people's properties. I'm not a digital artist, but I do absolutely know my way around consumer electronics and don't have a vested interest to sell someone something specific. That's awesome. Yeah, for me it's just like, there are so many, I don't know, stores that are focused on computer but not at like tablets. And I don't know if I ever told this story, but when I first wanted to buy myself like a tablet, I went to a local like electronic market, you know, where you can get everything basically. Oh boy. I didn't draw in black. That's not good. And I went there like asking, hey, do you guys have like drawing tablets? And they did have like, I think I bought my Wacom Intuos from them. And they didn't give me like any, I don't know, tips or whatever because they were just not that knowledgeable. But you know, I already did my research and I just wanted to buy it and to try it out firsthand, and I liked it. I took it, perfect. But when it came to like upgrading my stuff and I really wanted to go into the nitty-gritty stuff and get myself a Cintiq because I really wanted to invest in this, that's when stuff began to get weird at the shop, because I went there like asking people, hey guys, where do you have your graphic tablets? I would love to know. Frick, did I completely... Yes, I think I did. But that's not bad, that's okay. I can fix it. Because when I asked her... like, I'll probably also have some basic music equipment if people want to run music classes or what have you, or just to be a library of tech. That's a cool idea. Be right back. Take care. Hey Patrick! Hello, hello! Welcome to the tech rant. That was the wrong layer. So here for me, it was like the first time I got myself a tablet. It was just, or the Cintiq. I went to the store, the tech store, and I was looking everywhere for drawing tablets, like in every nook and cranny, every corner, and I just couldn't find them. And then I finally like asked like one of the retail people, hey guys, where do you have like your drawing graphic tablets? I just can't seem to find them. And this one guy looked at me like I was just an insane person, like blinking a few times. You're searching for what? Digital drawing tablet, like, you know, a screen where you can draw on with a pen. And he was like, oh, you mean a tablet, like a Windows Surface? No, I mean a graphic tablet where I can just draw on, like on Photoshop, Clip Studio, whatever. And yeah. To be continued. How is it going with your villain? It is going fine, I would say. Just going forward with like the AO pass, my ambient occlusion. And I got here a lot quicker than with my last character, which is like great. And I also had my session with Tyler this morning and he loves him. Which is like amazing because he hasn't seen him at all so far, so I'm very relieved he likes him. And yeah, so it's going very well. I still have feedback to apply, but I'm going to do that off screen because I want to watch the video. And that's a little troublesome on stream. Plus, I'm not sure if Tyler is very happy if I like show the video on the audio stream. So yeah, that's how it's going. So yeah, back to the story about me getting my Cintiq. After I kind of clarified what I wanted, he was like looking for a senior of his and was searching for some head of the department or whatever. And then finally we found like the one, I don't know, he asked like 4 different person or something if any one of them like knows. Oh gosh, today's not a good day for tech, I swear. Now Photoshop is acting up. So yeah, he was like asking like 3 people, 2 to 3 people, I don't remember it exactly. And everybody was like, I don't freaking know, why should I know? It's not like my department, right? Ask this and that. And then we ran around in circles, and then they had to call in someone who was on their lunch break. And then that guy finally came, and... Hello, Prism! And then I finally had the guy that at least knew where the graphic tablets are. And I kid you not, that stupid thing was like right next to the normal computer screens, and I was asking the guy from the computer screen department, or at least computer department, and he was roaming around there. So for me it's just insane that he had no idea they were right next to the stuff he's working at usually. So yeah, I just don't question people sometimes. Anyway, this guy just... I don't know what he thought, but he walked with me there, and I kid you not, this was like the most mansplaining thing I've ever experienced, okay? This was like a guy in his, I don't know, I think 40s, 50s, I would say more 50-ish. I'm almost halfway done with the anime, congrats! And he didn't even ask me like what I'm looking for or why I'm looking for a tablet or whatever. He just started explaining to me what a tablet is in the most stupidest way possible. Like, he pulled out this very, very cheap tablet from a no-name brand that it just felt awful. And he showed me like the pen, and I was sitting here like, yeah, I'm looking for a screen tablet and not like a Wacom Intuos where you have the drawing tablet aside you and then you look on your screen, because that I do have, right? And then he was still like going to the you know, the most cheapest things ever for beginners, and I'm like, dude, I'm not a beginner, I'm looking for something better, a screen tablet. And he was like, no, before you go to a screen tablet right away, I would take this one, the Wacom Intuos. And then he started like, it has pen pressure, you know, it's like when you press harder on the surface, the line gets thicker. And I looked at him, and then I just basically went nuts with my 3D, 2D knowledge and went like, what I need is a tablet with a screen. Like, for example, a Wacom Cintiq, which I have tried, and I would have loved to try the normal version and the Pro version, because I would love to see the difference. And I would want to try it out, because I'm using Adobe Photoshop for drawing for years now, or I think it was just a year or two back then, because I think I got it like at the end of my game art and animation diploma. And I was just basically standing there like the semi-professional I am, and throwing like terms at him, and he was like, how should I know? I don't even know half the stuff you're talking about. We don't have that kind of stuff here. That's all we have. And it was like just this 4 tablets, where the Wacom Intuos was the best one. They don't even have like screen tablets. And he was like treating me like such a, I don't know, I don't know why. He was just treating me like a child, basically, and explaining it to me like I was the dumbest person on earth. And I tried to tell him multiple times, look, I have been using a tablet for a long time. I'm trying to look for something. I even told him what I wanted. He was like, no, you don't want that. This is the stuff you want. Sounds to me like... I'm always happy done with the anime. Sounds to me like they were earning a commission and not listening. The thing is, I know for a fact, because I know the people that are... I know some people that are working there, they don't do stuff based on commissions, which is like crazy. Draw the guy, make him ugly. Sounds like it was extra exhausting. It was. Let me just open up a quick new file. So I can draw that guy in a very, very ugly way. I don't quite remember how he was looking, but let's just see if I can make this very funnily. I kind of remember him like being very tall and lanky for some reason, so... I'm like trying my best here, okay? To draw that guy from memory. It's going to be pretty ugly, but you know. Sounds like it was exhausting. It was exhausting. And I did have to drive to Vienna anyways, because they didn't even have the option to like order the stuff to their shop. Yes, and a speech bubble must be included. Okay, it's shit like this that makes me really hate salespeople. Exactly. He was probably balding and unhealthy, obese. No shade to people. He was balding, but he was not obese. He definitely wasn't obese, but he was like one of those like guys that looks super super grumpy with this type of mustache, you know, like also super, I don't know, like this, and you know. That's the wrong one. I don't know how to do quick sketches. He was like this very, very angry person, you know? With that like super stupid like side eye those people sometimes have. Give him like super angry eyebrows. That's why we make you do them. Gotta get out of your comfort zone. Exactly. I don't even know how you make those like ears that I don't know. In German we call them Segelohren, like ears that are like more bent to the front instead of like flushed to the side. I don't know. But I'm allowed to make him ugly. This is not supposed to be pretty piece, right? Let's make his head a little bit bigger. And it was like, I think his hair was like, you know, this kind of... Gosh. Of course, you cannot forget like this typical like collar thing those salespeople have. He's beautiful. Do you want anything specific in the speech bubble? Also, I'm just going for all the Austrians here. Maybe if I put like this on the collar, people might know what kind of tech shop that was. Something mansplaining. Let's draw a stylus here. Just for... just because I can. Very silly little stylus. Oh yeah. When I worked in sales, I made it my mission to actually get people what they were looking for, or as close to it as I could manage. And I had great reputation within the community. I earned less on commissions, but I was earning decent salary anyway, so I didn't care. Yeah, same. I was the same when I worked in sales. I did work in a gardening center, and for me it was more importantly that the people got exactly what they wanted instead of like selling them the most expensive thing we had. Because why would I sell them like the biggest like lawnmower they've ever seen if they have like a small tiny garden and just have to mow it like every once in a while, you know? And they didn't even want to have like this English perfect grass lawn thing. But just I want to trim my garden and I'm just an old and sweet woman and I don't have anybody who does it, so yeah. Sadly, I have to leave already again. Oh no, Patrick! But it was still fun to hear you rant about old times. Enjoy your painting. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by and thank you so much for wishing me well. The shop wanted me to push certain products, but I'd only sell them if I was actually passionate about those products. Some of them were just shit. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that so hard. I think the guy still works there. Probably. I wouldn't even say like, I wouldn't even like say no to that. Because I mean, that's like, he felt like the type of guy people would usually go to if they, I don't know, needed some advice. But for me it was just, I don't know, he didn't listen to me at all and he was just like, oh, that girl, another girl who wants to draw anime stuff and wants a drawing tablet and has no idea what to do with it and yada yada yada. So yeah, that's basically... Let's give him a more bushy eyebrow. But hey, I'm not even mad at that sketch without a reference, you know? It could have been way worse. Landstraße? No! St. Pölten. So yeah, it wasn't in Vienna at all. I was also totally open about the fact I earned a commission and would have people be like, well, tell me which one you get a commission on and I'll buy one of those two because you've been super helpful. Oh, that's so sweet. I never needed to upsell because people were just grateful for the help and attention. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yes, that Homer Simpson come over. Come over. Yes, I know. But it's just like, this guy was like balding, but he really tried to like save his hair. It was just... This is maybe why he's so memorable to me, because he looked so... I don't know. Like a mixture of Mr. Burns and like Homer Simpson, I guess. That was a fun sketch, thanks. You are welcome. Thank you so much for the fun suggestion. So let's just save it to the other sketches for now. I probably am going to make it to a collage later, but it's just fun to see, like, the improvement, I guess. Something that happened all the time would be I'd have been chatting to one customer, the manager would head off and get us coffee, and they'd come back 15 minutes later and I'd be ringing them up for several bottles. Wow. I think my record in one of those sales was like 3,000. Whoa! That's like crazy. But I'm honestly the same. Every time I I don't know, I go anywhere to get some like help and stuff, because nowadays I think what a lot of like sales places don't get is that customer service is going to be the thing that makes you survive longer versus like online shops and stuff. Because the reason I go somewhere is to try stuff, to see it with my own eyes, to test it out, to get like another person's opinion on stuff. And that has gotten so important in my opinion. And a lot of places are still like very, I don't know, behind when it comes to thinking like that. If that makes sense, of course. Yep, the sales I made the most on were people who came in for a specific bottle, then decided to try one bottle from each region. And if I could, I'd get them trying out some gin, vodka, beer, and I'd have people who wanted maybe 2 bottles walking out with a fully furnished bar. Oh, damn! That's a great job indeed, holy moly. I mean, I was working in a garden center, so I have more often than not had like bigger numbers, right? Because some people came in and they wanted to completely redo their whole like garden, or some just recently built a house and they had to get like the basic things to get their garden up and running. I mean, props to all my colleagues, because I was just learning. I was an apprentice, so I wasn't allowed to sell the stuff on my own, but still we were like selling the craziest stuff. But we also tried to listen to them to see, okay, what is the most important thing for them at the moment? Do they want to keep their lawn up? Do they already have flowers, or maybe don't they? Because if you like build a house, you know, they also get a pool and other stuff, and they plan ahead, and you ask them, hey, what are you planning to do next year for your garden? And then they tell you more about their projects, and you can even keep them from making super dumb mistakes as well. Because some people, they want to, I don't know, they want to build a pool the next year. And this year they already like planned to do the lawn. And then you ask them, oh, hey, that sounds cool, right? So if you're like doing like the pool next year, it already switched screen again. No way, it did it again. Just breathe. I hate to say it, but I think my remote is broken. Which is like the dumbest thing that could currently happen to me. Ah. So what am I going to do now is the question. Because I still want to draw, of course. but with a remote that is like not working properly. Because the thing is, it's also like throwing me over completely so that I can't even use my drawing tablet properly. Did it miss your inputs? It's just not working at all. Right now I am moving my mouse or my pen on my screen and you can't see it because it's on a different screen. If I use my mouse, it's here. But if I use the pen, wait, there, I hope you can see my mouse. But if I use my pen, whoop, it's gone. And now I cannot use my shortcuts and nothing. I just have to try something because that's just annoying the hell out of me. Because I'm wondering if this is like a connection issue. I mean, it is plugged in into a cable and it also has a Bluetooth stick attached. I'm going to disconnect the Bluetooth stick for a moment and see if that might help. If not, you guys are just coming with me under my desk whoop, to see if there is anything unplugged that shouldn't be unplugged. Because I'm pretty sure whatever cable this is like attached to, it's behind my computer. But it seems all the cables are good. I do have one loose cable dangling here, but that's completely unplugged, so I don't think that's something useful. Don't even know from where it's from, honestly. I also have some USBs here, but they're also completely tucked in. But this should even be my remote, shouldn't it? Oh. USB device doesn't have enough energy. Wait, what? Wait, where did you go? I just had like an error message, but it's gone. And it said something like one USB thing has not enough like energy, electricity. I mean, if that's the case and it just disconnects because, I don't know, it doesn't have enough, like, juice on it, I would say, then that's something I can fix, but... Also, what's bothering me, I can't even, like, save, like, a default setting or, you know, like a workspace where I can just go, hey, these are my old key settings, please save them, and I just can reload them in. No, that's not a possibility. And what's just super frustrating about the whole situation to me is that I constantly have to go in and change my keys, which is slowing me down massively. Yeah, did it again. Oh boy. Yep, that means it's time to get a new one. I'm probably going to play around with it after the stream just a little bit more to figure out if I can like find a workaround or fix it in some other way, but I already figured I fixed it and now there are just new problems rising, so... That is not a good sign. Not at all. But I mean, it will at least explain other problems I was having. That's the wrong one. I wanted Alt. Not Control. Thank you. Hello, Sophie. Boops to you too. Is that just going to be your daily way to say hello to me? Stopping by, saying poops, and vanishing into the void. Hope you're well and happy. Currently... currently not so happy about things that are happening, but... we'll just leave it at that. Technical difficulties all day, so... First world problems, I guess. Maybe you're happy to hear my Switch 2 arrived. Yay! Did you get to play already? Isn't helping you in any way, though. I'm still happy for you. A friend of mine had already sent it back because it just wasn't working. It was like... the battery was apparently defect. And the Switch just wouldn't load. They couldn't start it, and also like couldn't charge it, so that's a bummer. For especially because they're like a huge Nintendo fan. One of the biggest I know. No, Julia buys Mario Kart when she is off work, and I continue on my game until she is home. Awesome. Also Mario Kart, that's dangerous. You know, Mario Kart ruins both relationships, marriages, and friendships. Ouch, I hope that won't happen to ours. Did you try it out already? Because it's probably just like got broken during like the transport and stuff. So it shouldn't happen to anybody else, hopefully. Because I mean, that's stuff that can happen no matter how much you try to make a perfect product. Yeah, it works so far. Then I'm pretty sure you're fine. Because like I said, they couldn't even start it, so... And usually, as far as I remember, Nintendo stuff always was like a little bit pre-charged, so... I'm currently sitting here like praying that my my remote is going to survive the rest of the stream. Because honestly, before I get too frustrated, I just start up Stardew Valley and we're just doing something else. Because there's no use in try to like force it to work on stream if it just doesn't. And it's easier to fix stuff like this off screen because I can just turn my computer on and off however I want to, and I don't have to start the stream all over again. Though sometimes, like, chat is super intelligent, right? So sometimes maybe you guys know the solution to a problem, which I don't. Bad day for intelligent chat. I don't think so. I mean, what else am I supposed to do on screen, right? I already unplugged everything and put it back in again, and it's just... It just wants to be a bitch. But the good and bad thing is today is the last drawing stream this week, so I have a lot of time to hopefully fix it till next week. And maybe if I'm lucky enough and or let's just say if I'm forced to buy something new, maybe I'm lucky enough that it gets delivered before Monday. I could also ask my mentor, because I know he also uses a Wacom Remote, and maybe he experienced this issue and he knows a workaround, or he knows what it causes. I'm still hoping this one error message pops up again, because it said something that one of my USB slots doesn't have enough energy to work properly. And if it's the one where my remote is basically connected to, then it will at least explain what is going on. So I'm also hoping for the best there. Because it just vanished again. Maybe it's like, you know, Wackelkontakt, where the cable is just a little bit loose and it's just switching between on off all the time. So maybe that's an issue. So, but I sadly couldn't reproduce it, and I would need somebody else to like help me with that, because I cannot look on the screen while I'm like under the desk fiddling with like cables. Did you check if your drivers are up to date? That's all I can think of. Or you can try disconnecting some of other external hardware. Maybe the amount of power your PC can handle to send to all devices is hitting its limits somehow. To answer the question of your drivers, my drivers are up to date because you weren't here at the beginning of the stream. Because there nothing worked. And when I say nothing worked, I mean literally I couldn't even draw. And I had to restart my stream even because of that, and you know... Restarted my computer, still didn't work, and then it showed me, hey, there's an update for the driver. Then I updated it, and ever since, it's been how it's been. And it could be that maybe my computer can't handle the electricity, which shouldn't be the case, because I have checked this the last time. I have like plugged something new into my computer, and I should still have like a third of the power he can handle. But that doesn't mean that I think from the error message I read before, I have one of those USB adapters where you have more USB slots, so you plug it into one USB and then you have like 4 more ports. And I think this thing is like extremely old by now, and I fear that maybe that's the cause of trouble, and that there's maybe too much stuff on it. Because I think my controller is plugged in there, the Bluetooth thing, and something else, which I cannot see where it leads to. Which could be whatever, because my computer setup is kinda insane. Or it's definitely more than the average person. Which is normal for people who just love to be or love to work on your computer, right? So yeah, I'm definitely going to troubleshoot a little bit more later. When I don't have to worry about the stream. And then I'll see how it goes. Plus, my boyfriend is like a pro electrician who has even more knowledge about like the nitty-gritty stuff. And if I can fix it, he can definitely fix it. And if he can't, then it's just broken. I hope you can get it to work. I hope so too. Also, thank you again for telling me that the new Unreal Engine tech demo was up, because I completely overlooked it yesterday. And when I saw it in the evening, I watched like the presentation on, I don't know where they presented it exactly, somewhere in the US, right? And it was insanely good. Celestia, I'm quite curious. About what? No problem, looks great. What does vollständig mean? Honestly, I don't know. Because if I translate this, it would be like this. And that is just like that doesn't make any sense. What's the context? Yeah, that is a good question. Because Prison also speaks German even better than I would say. And so well. Okay, so in Bleach. Oh, is it like an attack or something like that? I mean, frieren is like just everything is German, right? So I even saw one like game a friend of mine played on stream, which is I think is called Two Goody Two Shoes, I think, and there is a char in there that is called Lebkuchen, which basically just means gingerbread. Different factions are based around different languages. Oh, and let me guess, there's like a German, very bad German one. Why did I have to think of Attack on Titan in the opening right now? The Halls are Spanish, humans are English, Soul Reapers are Japanese, the Quincy are German. And who are the Quincy? Let me guess, the bad guys. Haven't you heard of the Bees and the Eagles Attack on Titan opening? What? Haven't you heard of the Bees and the Eagles Attack? I'm a little bit confused what you mean prison. Yeah, they're bad, except for one. The BFF of Ichigo. Okay, I don't know what they actually sing, but it sounds like the phrase. I mean, for the first one, it's just like, Sie sind das Essen und wir sind die Jäger. and then it just goes into Japanese, I think, and then there is like some sort of Rammstein like part in it. At least for the first one. Vollständig is like their own Bankai. Yeah, maybe they just tried to translate something from from German to Japanese with like without looking at the grammar. I could maybe see that this is maybe a skill that forms like a star or sends a star towards somebody, maybe? Because it's like, watashi... Usually if you say something in Japanese, it's like the whole sentence, and then if you mean the other person, watashi is at the end, which means you, dich, so... Maybe they're just like, I'm sending a star towards you, bam, and that's how it's supposed to be like, I don't know. That's what they sing. I understand that English phrase with bees and eagles. Okay, if I watched the show, I probably understood the real German by now. Probably. I still would need to watch the show again, because I think I've seen like the first... Did I watch the first season completely? I don't even know. I think I did. Maybe. Also, person, a different question for you. Do you still work in ZBrush by any chance, or no? Who actually doesn't research the actual translation? If he finds something sounds cool, he uses it as the move. Alright, well, why not? That's one way to go about it, I guess. I tried yesterday and failed miserably, but sometimes I do, yeah. Oh, do you have like... Do you have that ZBrush, or do you have a ZBrush, if you if you know what I mean? Because I have to use it for like, I think, a future term or something, and I'm just looking through my options. Yes. And another weak attack named Bala, which means bullet. Okay, yes. But I would have to check if I find the EXE. That would be actually awesome. I mean, I think I've got one from 2024 actually, but a friend of mine sent it to me once, but I just didn't get it to work. And they told me that it really depends on like the computer apparently, because a friend of hers made it work, and another one it didn't work, and set it up like at the same time, like with screen share. So yeah. My remote just jump scared me. Oh boy. It just said, hey, my battery is low, check my battery. And it's plugged in, so that's a normal issue though. Which I'm already used to. But Oshiman, just one question. Bala is like, is it from the German faction? Because Bala is not really a German word, I would say. Or well, it's more like shooting than bullet, I would say. But that's very, very like, you would never like see anyone use this in like a normal context. Okay, now, what does Sternritter mean? Star Knight. A person, thank you, thank you. Yeah, maybe if you want to send me something, maybe you could, like, load it up on a drive. Yeah. I think that would be the easiest. Okay, that one makes sense. Yay! We have a German phrase that makes sense. Hooray! Why doesn't undo work at the moment? Hmm. Okay. Whatever. I'll send you the link later. Awesome. Thank you so much and have fun lurking. bet if I'm saying this now, I'm going to curse myself, but so far, it seems my remote is working well. I'm just praying that there's not going to be any more hiccups. Let the tech nerds, tech nerds, tech gods be on my side, please, for once. I would highly appreciate it. Also, what is everybody else up to? Are you all arting? Watching anime? And why is Slack making noises even though it's supposed to be muted? Odd. I'm still watching Bleach 9th episode. How many more episodes do you have? Four episodes. Oh, okay. Then you're really almost done. I'm trying to make a VN about my OCs while listening to stream, but I'm bad at writing, so I procrastinate instead. Oh. What do you mean, like, I'm trying to make a VN about my OCs? I don't know what VN means in that context. I feel at next translation, what does Wandenreich mean? Oh, visual novel. Oh, okay. Wandenreich. I honestly have no idea. Because Wanden is not exactly a German word. And Reich basically means country. Or more like, if a king is like ruling over like parts of like land that's Reich, I could maybe think that Wanden is supposed to be like Wende, which means wall, because you know we have like those letters with like the dots above the vowels, which change the pronunciation, and a lot of other like countries, especially Japan, just don't use them in their manga, anime adaptations, whatever. So maybe it just dropped under the table there. Oh yeah, those. Yeah. So maybe it means like something along the line like wall, lens, wall, um, wall lens, yeah, wall counters, wall lens, I think. Wall lens, I think the closest that might make sense, but I'm not quite sure. Is there any context to, like, the phrase? Because maybe then I can help you out a little bit more. It's a title, so it's not really a phrase. Okay, weird. peaceful. Yeah. Sorry, I'm a little bit quiet right now because I'm focusing a little bit and my head is also like full with like, oh, I hope my remote is not breaking. Have you done your half-time break? Not yet, but soon. Soon, soon. I just wanted to finish this part of the code before I go on break. Can I just say that I'm completely in love with the character design? The spiderweb's white hair, horns with purple palette are just chef's kiss. Completely in love. Me is. Oh, thank you so much, Space Buns. Thank you. Oh, that's the sweetest compliment ever. Thank you. I'm glad you like him this much. I just love him as well. He turned out way better than I would have expected at the beginning, so I'm super excited. The peacefulness is relaxing while I'm playing Stone's Heart. Stone's Heart? I don't think I know that game. Or at least I don't think so. It's a hardcore turn-based pixel RPG that's open world. Ooh, interesting. I just didn't really like what I did there. Folds. Maybe I'm just going to keep this a little bit more simplified. Yeah, I think that's more like it. It just didn't add to the design like I wanted to. Also, I think during my break I'm going to turn on my AC unit. Because it's not like super hot today, but I still feel like that it's getting warmer. Game's nice. Game's nice. The healing is limb based, where you can break a leg and need a splint and other healing items. Can also die from being in pain too much. Oh, interesting. I'm just playing it for a bit because later I'ma play RimWorld to finish making a fire-breathing vampire pig person and add cybernetics to it if it survives. Oh gosh. I see you're going all out in RimWorld. I still haven't played like the newest DLC. The Anomaly DLC, right? Yeah, exactly. When you play, do you have all DLCs on or one at a time? I usually have all DLCs on. To wreak the most havoc. All DLC is nice. Get an army of robots versus Lovecraftian horrors. Yeah. That is so true. That is so true. I'm just trying to figure out how to do this part of the code because like it looks so messy at some points, which I don't like. Oh, hey there, witch! Thank you for the lurk! Thank you, thank you! Enjoy your lurk. I didn't think that this part of the code would be this tough, but well, it's long and flowy, so it shouldn't be that much of a surprise. Also, I'm going on my break soon, I promise. Like I said, I just want to finish this part here. I think this would get a little bit more bounce slide from the bottom. But I do think I'm getting where I want to go with this, so that's good. And great. That's too harsh. Yeah, that already looks way, way better than what we had before. I definitely have to lighten this up later because it's just too dark at the moment. But that's a problem for future me. Right now we keep it at this, so I can have an easier time drawing it, so yeah. Finally going to bed. Yes, and I'm finally going on my break because I doubt that I am going to, like, make a better version of this code without any feedback from my teachers, so let's just leave it at that for now. Because it does look great without, like, the direct ambient occlusion. Let's zoom in here a little bit. Yeah, I think he looks good. He looks very good. Alright guys, then we are going to go on a break, and Bach, I wish you a wonderful night and sweet dreams, and hopefully we'll see each other tomorrow then. And thank you for stopping by again. Also guys, don't forget to stay hydrated, right? I'm just going to grab a fresh bottle of water, I think. I need to see if I can empty it while I'm on break, but we'll see. Okay guys, then I'll be right back after a quick 5-minute break. See ya! Alright, I am back from my break. Thank you everybody for being patient. And I have to stand up again because I forgot my glove. Give me 1 second. There we go. It was just slightly out of reach from my headphone range. So... second to last episode. Congrats and Kraken! Hello! Thank you for the stay hydrated reminder. I'm going to drink now. Cheers! Thank you, thank you. Alright, let's continue with our absolutely not complicated boy here. Have fun lurking! Did I forgot to shade my thumb yesterday. Okay, I'm going to do that later. Don't worry about it. But that's just right now I'm like, wait, what are you? What is this madness? Shade! Did I say shave? Don't you shave your thumb on a regular basis? Do you keep it hairy? Have you ever seen a hairy thumb? Another doodle incoming. Alright, I wanted to change the sketch to doodle. I really have to do that later. I might have misheard. Mine looks like from Disney Beats. From Disney Beats? What? Oh, did you mean Beast? From Disney's Beast. Beasts, okay. Honestly, I can totally imagine me having said shave instead of shade. Because that sounds like something I would say if I'm not paying attention to the English language. I sent you a link, by the way. Yeah, I saw. Thank you so much. I just had a bunch of messages to answer while on break. While also actually being like on break and getting some water. So thank you, thank you. No worries, let me know if it worked eventually. I will. If not today, then definitely tomorrow. Probably depends if, like, my tech problems continue today. Let's see if this side is going to be better or not. Because here I do have more folds to find, so maybe it's easier to follow along. What does auswählen mean? To choose. To choose something is auswählen. Or to pick something. To pick between things. Interesting. I guess it doesn't make sense then. Okay, thanks. You're welcome. Always happy to help. Okay, so the big bad basically absorbed his army to gain power. Oh gosh. What a douchebag. So I was just wondering, LL. Okay, so he picked his army for his power, I guess. Yeah, this side looks better. Also, I'm still going to quickly shade this a thumb because that's just... That's just bothering me, like, a lot. Last episode! Yay! Drum roll! I'll be rambling sooner or later. Don't worry, don't worry. Enjoy the last episode. go. Oh, almost overlooked the tiny piece down here. Away. I think I'm going to separate this one more time, just to be sure. There's this character where her power is literally just suing. Really? How does that look like? Does she just sue her opponent's mouth shut? She could also sue them together. Huh. That would make this interesting thing. She can sue her opponents in place. Oh, I see here. That's definitely an annoying power to deal with. I heard that she uses her bankai in the anime, so I'm quite curious. She can send an umbrella to protect herself. Ooh. I think she can mess around with your garb so she can control it. Oh, that is like super annoying. I have read a book once, or listened to an audiobook, which is called like The Iron Druid. And he also can like, if you have like clothes on that are from some sort of natural origin, like leather, fiber, you can also like just take your clothes and sew them together or just tuck them together like they're glued together, and that makes for some so funny situations. So I can totally see that this is like super funny. Okay, this side went way more smoother than the other one. Way more smoother. But yeah, folds in general are something I still struggle with, so there is no wonder I struggle with the other side. What does Blutvene aufheben mean? Blood vein and dissolve, maybe? So basically dissolve like the blood vessel, I guess. I mean, aufheben can mean pick up, dissolving, or reversing something, basically, I would say. That sounds terrifying. Because Blut is blood, Vene is like a vein, and yeah. You're welcome. I had a feeling vehement vein. Yeah, it's very close actually. By the way, I know, didn't we talk about like sinew yesterday or sinew yesterday? And sinuses is like the caves in your nose, right? Because I looked this up in after the stream because I was like, I'm pretty sure sinuses is also like a part of the body or something like related to the human anatomy. And that's why I was like curious what it's exactly. Because it bothered me. That's something like I'm a very curious person and I always try to, if I don't know something, to actually look it up. So that I might know it the next time I'm talking about it. Because I'm always like wondering, and I know a lot of people that don't do stuff like that. And I don't know, I'm just too inquisitive, I would say, to just stand there and say, well, don't care, don't want to know. I always want to know. Which can be dangerous. If you like tell me something that I'm not supposed to know, or like it's technically better not to know, I'm still going to look it up. Even if I regret it. There have been some instances where I was like, okay, I really shouldn't have like Googled this. But I'm too curious to not do it. I just can't. Oh, that too much curiosity is dangerous. Yeah, curiosity kills the cat. I know, I know. But so far, I survived. I don't know how, but I did. slowly but surely, I'm getting there. I mean, the code is like the biggest thing on his body, so I hopefully the rest is going to be quicker. But I mean, this AO pass looks way better than the other one I did already, which is like a great improvement, because if I compare it to this one, that one looks like way cooler. But yeah. Anyways. Why is it 3D? That was so funny. You mean that yesterday, yeah. That's going to be an insider for quite a while, I think. Why is it 3D? Second part done. Nice. I'll watch the third part tomorrow. Awesome. I don't know how they mean it though. I also don't know. They didn't answer yesterday anymore, so... But probably not in a bad way. But it was like shocking to them. Yeah. Which I honestly, that was like one highlight of mine. It was just amazing. Yeah, why is the shit 3D? Why does it look that way? How? Witchcraft. Simple as that. It's simple witchcraft. It was pretty much a compliment, but imagine them angry about it. Ah, with that angry smiley. Why is it 3D? Why? Waifu died in a sad way. Oh, no. And you only just met her. Never get attached to waifus and husbandos. It's a dangerous way to live. You end up so heartbroken so many times. But it's worth the pain. It's worth the pain. Okay, that is way better actually. Yep. I've met her a while ago since I read the manga before the anime got announced, LMAO. Okay, so at least you had some time with her. That's a relief. I think for me, one of the worst moments I ever had, like, with getting attached to a character was Ace from One Piece. Because I think I met him where already the prison arc was already out as well. So I pretty much rushed through the whole thing and then I'm like, you can't do this, you can't kill him off like that, please. Oh, they really said, haha, got your ace. Haha, but yeah, but seriously, that character was just like, so many people found him so cool and then he just got offed so quickly. But at least it felt very quick. And it was so sad. Though nothing like beats my best friend. She doesn't even pick favorites anymore because she always picks the person that dies in the end. Always. Every single freaking time. If I'm like, oh hey, I've watched this new show and I have a favorite. And she's like, is it this guy? And it's the same, I'm like looking at her like with a death stare. Don't you fucking dare kill my my wife or my husband in that thing. And she's just like, it's not my fault. It is your freaking superpower, so it is your fault. Don't pick the same favorite as I do. I hope they don't do the same thing for Sato. Imagine I jinxed it. Thankfully, 3 of my favorite characters are not dead. Yeah, it's always like dangerous with animes. I can't even, like, think about how many times I've already cried over an anime because something just died. Or someone just died. That is really... I don't know. Because anime deaths are always also super dramatic, and it's just like... the feels, the feels. I can't wait for a third part. I bet. Probably super, like, what's it called? Exciting. At the moment. There's two specific bankai I want to see. Which are... Ichigo's new bankai and Toshiro's adult form. What is an adult form in Bleach? Is it just really like a child that grows up? Yes, okay. Just wanted to make sure. This looks weird. So this bankai isn't fully majored. Oh, okay. I get it. Yeah, I think that's okay. I do say those smash or pass at all to Shiro. Oh. Oh, that guy! Total smash. I don't even need to look. That's like just white-haired eyes. Ice is one of my ice water favorite element of all time. Lightning maybe as well. So complete smash. I mean, that's just, for me, that's peak design, okay? Never show me a white-haired guy that can even throw eyes around. That's just... And he even has, like, some angel-like ice wing at one of the pictures, so... This is an ice dragon, holy... Yeah, okay, why not? Even better. Peak design. Let's go. That's his unmajored Bankai. How is it going to look like if it's like the matured version? For God's sake. He's actually one of the most popular characters in the series. I wonder why. I wonder why. For me, it's quite obvious why. Just looking at the design, I don't even need the story. He loses the wing, sadly. No. I'm sad. But you can freeze light now. What? I don't know how you can do that, but sure, why not? What? I would also be curious how that is supposed to work, but why not? Why not freeze light? Why not freeze photons? Why not? If you can, you know? If you're like this overpowered, you can do anything. I have Toshiro in my Bleach Brave Souls account, and the one I have is where he tag teams with his sword spirit. The old animation is where they both shoot an ice dragon together. Ooh. That sounds very cool. Also guys, remember, stay hydrated, don't forget to drink. While gaming, drawing, watching, lurking, whatever you're doing. Also, I'm wondering what you guys would love to see as emotes for our channel. Because yesterday I had some time and I was like, you know, looking through a bunch of emotes, what we could do and stuff. And I figured I really want to ask you guys as well what emotes you would love to see on the channel. So I'm always open for suggestions. We would start with like the free ones and what would you guys want for free. I also have his farm where he gets turned into a zombie LMAO. Oh, nice! Zombie Toshiro. Same outfit. Sippy emote. Oh, I would love to have one like that. But with a boba tea. Wait, let me just, where's my notebook? Oh. Is it literally the last paper on this one? Oh, wow. Okay. Because I was also thinking like a heart emote. A high wave heart emote, yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. I can do 5 at the moment for the free emote, so 2 more. 2 more suggestions would be nice. I've seen like a bunch of stuff. Like also one that is like buffering, you know, where you have like this kind of circle. Let me just... my voice. We have this circle over the character's head where it's like buffering. I figured it would be also like kind of funny if I have like a stinky one for sure. No. That is going to be a paid one. Ha! I get you a stinky one, but it's going to be not free. Rizuma. I'm not sure about the Riz emote, to be honest. Come on, I'm going to give like 4 paid options currently for Riz and the stinky one. Nerd emote. Oh. I also was thinking about maybe a cozy emote, like... A lot of streamers have like one where the chibi or avatar or mascot is like wrapped in a cute little blanket. Or a lurk emote, maybe as a free one. Maybe a lurk emote like where you peek from behind a wall. Chopper style on or not. Yeah, one of those. Exactly, Cookie, exactly. I figured it would be like a super cute emote for like the free ones, right? And since we're a cozy stream, I figured it would be nice. And the lurk one, exactly. So what do you guys think for the free emotes? I would like say a sip emote, high wave, heart, cozy, and lurk. Or is there one where you... These 4? Oh gosh, those are really bad emotes because you can't even like see them properly. don't even know what they mean, honestly. It's the chill guy, a guy screaming. And that one meme of that soldier PTSD. What are these emotes for ants? What do you mean emotes for ants? What do I want to render next? Which is scary part. Maybe a shirt. Oh, copium. Oh, a notes animated emote. I could do a notes animated emote as well. Yeah. I don't know. Are they free? I'm not sure. You can just add that in 7TV. A waste for actual slots. Okay. I would need to get a look at 7TV as well. But copium is also a very good one. I'm just trying to think what we would use a lot, you know, and I think like since we have the stay hydrated one, the sip mode would be like nice, the high wave of course, high wave, hard, cozy and lurk for the free ones. And the others are definitely like potential things for more slots. Or for the other tiers. LMO? But it's good to see that you guys already have like favorites you want to see. Because that's really helping me like pick some out. Because there are a lot of like cool... A head pet one is also one I had. Look at that. There's so many cool ones. We also wanted one for like the naughty corner, right? But yeah. That one's funny. I think it's the Bocce the Rock mode. Never heard of it, so I'm not sure. Ooh. scene where she starts having an anxiety attack or something. Oh, it's an anime. Oh, okay. Ah, and my remote died again. Yeah, it's so broken. Because it just keeps disconnecting itself from my computer. But like in a way where it's not just, okay, it ran out of battery and you just have to replug it. It's just, I don't know, it restarts constantly, I think. Bad remote, yeah. How would CJ say? I think it's CJ. Shit, here we go again. That's 5, right? Yeah. San Andreas, exactly. Follow the goddamn train, CJ. Oh, the emote. Yeah. Oh wait, Cookie, did you mean GTA 5? Because I figured you meant the 5 emotes. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, yeah. So, right now I'm also confused. Did you mean the emote or the game? At least the good thing is, since my remote keeps on dying, I definitely don't forget my overly complicated flip canvas command. But it's still so annoying. Oh, no, what did I do? Clicked on the wrong screen. No, the 5 free ones. Yeah, because my issue currently is that most of the time I just have a lot of work to do, right? And in order to... You know how it is if you're drawing, like you have this feeling for when you're hitting a burnout and when you just don't want to draw extra work. And that's where I'm currently at, right? I'm trying to do as much drawing as I can for the things I really have to do. And I don't really have, like, time and motivation for, like, personal stuff. Or at least aside from my mentorship I'm doing. So yesterday I had like a really cool moment where I was like, oh, I'm so motivated to just look up emotes and see what I want to do maybe. And it really motivated me, so maybe if the motivation just stays, we get some emotes soon, or at least some sketches for the free ones, which would be amazing. But you know, I don't want to overdo it. Because recovering like from burnout or like art block is just hard. So I always try to avoid hitting it at all. Yeah, no worries. And it's still so sweet that so many of you are watching me despite me not having like any special emotes currently or anything else, really. But then it's going to be even better if I really have the time and stuff. I mean, yeah, for me it's just a passion to draw, so even if I'm tired, I just draw because I want to progress for my personal projects. Yeah, I mean, that's awesome, that's awesome. But it's just... it depends on the person, but a lot of people like reach a point where they have to be more careful with drawing. At least for me, I'm currently at a rather bad spot where I'm like, I have so much to do all the time and I still need to have energy, right, for other stuff as well. So I really need to be mindful about what I'm doing. Also, my body is also not like agreeing with me all the time because sometimes it's just while I'm drawing on stream, I already feel like that my shoulder is getting super sore or that I really need to take a break. Then I take a break and then later it's like, I don't know, almost bedtime because I draw for a long time. If I don't have anything to do, it's like 8 to 12 hours a day, depending on how I'm feeling. On good days, I draw way more, right? I'm just here for the vibes and make vibes. And that's great. I'm really enjoying our conversations, so I'm happy you're here. And you really want to make me watch animes again, by the way. Or more animes. So yeah, for me currently the focus is on the mentorship because I want to push it as far as I can because... Oh, there is a tiny little speck which I didn't get. So yeah, for me the focus is currently on this personal project. It is still a personal project, but it's just... there is not enough time to start another project and then another project and then another project because I'm the type of person... If I start a project, I want to finish this one first. I don't want to have like 12 projects lying around everywhere. So that's also one reason why I haven't like touched any emotes so far. And why I didn't finish my profile picture, because this is like priority number 1. And then comes the stream. Our commissions, mentorship, stream. These are some ironic redeems. Choose an emote, modify an emote. Why are they ironic? Because I think those redeems are like default. I don't even know if I can change them. I mean, there's one emote, yeah. I know what you mean. But like I said, those are just like redeems that are set up by default, I guess, and I haven't like changed them. What's there to choose? I know, I know. I get what you mean. But we'll get there, we'll get there. My voice is going away and I don't want it to go away. Please stay. I still need you. Also, I need to see who we're going to raid out to today. And who is online from all the suggestions I'm having on my little scribbly board. Goodbye, boys. Sayonara. Arrivederci und Servus. Come back, voice. It's here. Hello, I'm back. Hello, hello. Here's my voice. My totally not annoying voice. Fifty. Exactly. It is not. It is not what? It's not fag? It is not annoying. Oh, thank you. Also, I'm so silly. I've been looking on my timer all the time, like on how long my stream is already running. But since we had this technical difficulty at the beginning, I did an overtime. That's why you guys were asking me if I took my break already. Whoops. I completely spaced out on that one. Which means we are already going to look for someone to raid out to. That's what I was wondering, LMO. Yeah, now it makes sense. I mean, Bach always has to sometimes remind me on my hourly break, right? But now it just clicked why you were asking me, because I think you never asked me if I took my break already. I don't got suggestions today. Oh, so that means Leia Nix is probably not online, right? If you don't have any suggestions. Let me just go through my little list here. If not, we're just going to either pick a random artist or maybe someone from my personal list is online, which I haven't rated for a while. No, they're sadly not online. They are also not online. I probably also have to, like, scrap this list and make a new one, because there are a lot of people on there that are probably never going to be online while I'm here. Okay, that's kind of funny. An artist someone suggested me a while ago, which is like, I think very huge even, yeah. They have never been online before, and today they're online playing, I think, Red Dead Redemption. So I think I'm going to send you guys over there. So I can also check that one off my list. Yeah, I either have to like lighten up his colors or lower the opacity of like that ambient occlusion, because it's getting way too dark if it's on full blast. So yeah, Leia's not on. I wasn't there. I was playing Factorio to remind you. I wasn't there to remind you to take a break. Oh, that's what I meant. English art. Totally fine. See you next time. Bye all together. Bye bye. And thank you for your stream. Thank you guys for being here. So, let's just make sure everything is in order. I think I'm going to raid Witch Among Flowers because it's been a while since I raided her. So let's send her our regards. Here is a raid message. And I'm going to send you over to Witch in a moment. Alright guys, then I'm going to say thank you so much for joining me today. I was having a blast, even though I was having technical difficulties. You guys were sticking through the whole ordeal with me, which is fantastic. If you liked my stream, please leave a follow so you don't miss out on me going live. And if you want to support me as an artist and my channel, a sub would be very much appreciated. And if you want to commission me, just DM me. I don't have anything set up right now, but I'm always open for some commissions. So, that said, I'm going to send enter or hit enter and see if it works. Yes, look at that. I'm a pro. And I'll see you over there, guys. And we'll see each other next week or tomorrow evening. Bye!